Greetings everyone, and especially to all our viewers. In today's video, will be particularly based upon India's battle with water security based upon the country's rise, like magnanimous rise in population. In our country, it's not only important to overcome water unavailabilities and these issues of unaffordabilities for many people, but also to maintain its cleanliness and hygiene barriers and hygiene ratios. Niti Aayog, with the Ministry of Jal Shakti and Rural Development, jotted down the inefficiencies of water management in our country to better understand the water requirements by the year 2030. These commitments and methods to bring about the better of the public health and to raise the nutrition standards are basically driven from the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations General Assembly, which were basically these issues that have been made to be as a basic human right, and also the issues which have been made unavailability and the unaffordability of water has raised and brought about more gender disparity in our country against women and acts as a potent barrier for women to be developmental in their procedures of carrying out different activities. So this issue also raises the pre-existing patriarchal norms and magnifies them on an exponential level, and which is harmful for the females and women population of our country. Institutionalization of the Jal Jeevan Mission, Har Ghar Nal Se Jal, aims to provide an extensive arrangement of functional household tap connections to every rural household by 2024. This focuses on the concept of the decentralized approach towards the rural areas of the country and also fulfills the fundamental value of the amended Article 40, that was of the formation of the village panchayats of the Indian Constitution. And surprisingly and shockingly, this is the only part of the entire Constitution of India that is entailed only in a country's constitution and by no other constitution throughout the world. This will also account to 50% reservation of jobs for women accounting under this act, and also help in reducing the gender divide between females and males, thereby bringing about employment opportunities and actually winning their name as bread earners. Simultaneously, on a human capital basis, it will also reduce waterborne diseases and also stop many issues that will happen due to the lack of availability of potable water, thereby increase the life expectancy rate, reduce the infant mortality rate, and thereby the entire health standards of the country on the rural levels will be improved in general. Also, this would provide employment to not just agricultural based but non-agricultural based employments, that was to plumbers, electricians, and other non-agricultural background employment opportunities, thereby raise the standard, provide employment opportunities, and also remove the disguised unemployment hidden in the rural areas, thereby in conclusion reducing the socio-economic divide between the urban and the rural areas. Conclusively, it is all good in fair weather, but digitalization of technological developments will act as a downfall to the entire act, as this ultimately directs to the deepening of the digital divide faced by our country anyway. As only a handful of states have been able to achieve the 100% target of tap water connections, it can be a futile exercise ultimately if not being carried out in a proper way. But it's important to address the structural and institutional challenges for a long-term solution and then thereby sustaining it rather than having a one-time solution.